Sponsored by Bangtak, Sustainable Business Development in Harmony with the Environment and Society. Thailand-based Index Creative Village, #1 event company in Thailand and a 7th in the world, the event organizer, expanded its presence into the ASEAN neighbors, namely Myanmar and Vietnam, around 6 months ago by forming joint ventures with the local partners.
And the company has recently announced the latest project in Myanmar, which is the Myanmar Countdown 2013. The celebration will be the first ever countdown in Myanmar.
Right, Index Creative Village has invested about 35 million baht for the project, hoping to create a new experience with international standard for the locals.
And we will get into the details about this project as well as the expansion to Myanmar and Vietnam with ASEAN Director of Index Creative Village, Narindet Thawisangpanit.
So Index Creative Village is about to organize, I would say, the first ever countdown event in Myanmar. Could you tell us more a little bit about this project?
Right. So it's basically like it will be the very first ever of the public Myanmar countdown. Because before this is, the people there, they still stuck with kind of a curfew. So like by 10 p.m. they have to go back home, or even like usually what they actually been through is kind of just staying at home, like having a family party, or somehow they could have like some kind of big party, but it is closed. But this time we will aim to like kind of make a very huge party for them, and it will be like kind of a legend for Myanmar in terms of having a countdown for the national itself after they open to the world. And there are some kind of the gimmick that we actually can make it for this event, as well as like this will be the first time that the whole Myanmar people will come and make a legend together to celebrate the countdown. And also this is not, since we are in a like kind of a cyber world at the moment, so we are also like connect to the world, and the world can actually come and see like, okay, this is the first time of Myanmar countdown. So they can actually share to each other, like one in Times Square, New York, or one in Myanmar, and so on and so forth.
Okay, and who are the targeted participants to attend this event?
Well, we'll say like this time will be, since it's like more like public, so it's free. So basically we aim for the, like young gun people for sure, and it will be like probably like 80% of them, and probably like 20% from the outskirts, and some slight detail, would be like kind of tourists who are actually in Yangon during that period. In terms of segment, we will aim for every single segment, since it will be the first time, and then we'll see like from, like I think it will gain like as much attention as we could.
So how many people?
We're aiming for like 50K, like 50,000 people.
Where is it going to be held?
It's going to be held pretty much in downtown, in the very center of the downtown, and it's to be specific, it's kind of nearby the landmark of it's Tredagon, and it's called Myanmar Ground. It's basically a space owned by the Ministry of Defense there.
Okay, compared to the last big event in Myanmar, which is the MTV Exit, how do you, because the MTV Exit, they have Jason Mraz and to perform, and he is international artist, and how are you going to attract that many people to come to your event?
All right, I would say like it's a different kind of target, first of all. So like in terms of magnet side, we'll be saying like, okay, we will have like all the stars, singers, celebrities, and even some of the latest Myanmar like Academy winner will be coming and join us. So in terms of the number of people, number of stars, it will be the largest. And secondly, since it's the first time, and we are targeting to the mass participants. So we don't actually like segment in terms of people who like Jason Mraz or people who like this and that. So we cover all of that, and also it's kind of sort of like kind of a legend. We make it that way, and they are tentative to be like tentatively will be like kind of a racism, and so in that sense, I think that we will aim, like we will achieve the target for sure.
Okay, Myanmar, especially Yangon, is known for having electricity shortage, and with this big event, they will require a huge amount of electricity. And how are you going to solve this problem?
Well, we will, of course, we need to get like the generator there, and we need to get enough. We need to get like kind of plan A and plan B as well. In Myanmar, everything can happen. Someone can just like like pull off the
So,
plug and
plugs.
everything. So you might know that. So that's why we have to come up with plan. Like okay, like lighting system will come to this ventilator and back up with this and that. So we'll have like all the diagram wrote down and share with people, and that will be the plan.
Before going to the break, we'll discover more on the presence of Myanmar Index Creative Village.
So, you mentioned earlier that Index Creative Village has already set up an office in Myanmar. Could you elaborate more on this plan?
Right. So we've been setting up like since the beginning of this year, but in terms of business registration, legal wise, it hasn't been done yet. It's almost there. I think it will be in like January. We stuck with some kind of documentation a little bit, but in the sense of services, we already started like since the beginning of this year. So we have started with some kind of a largest event of the Myanmar, like which is called like Academy Award Day, which owned by the government, and also following with the Union Day. So these two events is basically the second and the third largest of the event in Myanmar in terms of government side. And also like we're also running some kind of a private sector event as well for like those like big brand from either from Thailand or either from Myanmar. So those has been running and we'll be having like the countdown at the end of this year. But in terms of service scope of work, we will be offering pretty much like what Index Creative Village in Thailand doing, like event management. We can also doing some kind of exhibition. Most importantly, the conference, because they're going to have like kind of ASEAN Summit very soon there, and also like some other big launch kind of marketing communication, those kind of below the line kind of things. We will have those ready there, and also plus since this time to Myanmar is different from the one in Vietnam. Myanmar will be going there in the very big scale. We're not going there alone, like kind of event management service only. We'll have like kind of equipment rental as well. I mean like event equipment rental, starting from audio, visual, sound, and some other stuff. Plus construction and exhibition. And plus the last one, but very important one, is actually the research firm. Because we will have the research firm in our group as well. So we will have that firm. Actually, they already done some work there. They will show you very soon. So this firm will be going like kind of very a frontier team. So they research, they get to know the target inside first. So we are basically gain that advantage from them. So we know what kind of event that we could like deliver rightly or perfectly to them.
Going into Myanmar, what potential do you see in the country?
Wow, Myanmar, huge opportunity there. I think everyone know, and a lot of indicator has been like identified, like all the Western countries coming, even like Thai people alone or Thai-based company, they're all going there. Even the government project. So those kind of indicator actually like obvious enough to let people know that Myanmar will be growing very fast, rapidly. So in the sense of that is those kind of a macro view. But in the sense of the event industry, I believe it's growing well with the overall economic. So once the consumption going well, they're buying more stuff, and the event and the advertising, which basically go pretty much in the same direction. So it'll grow along with together in that, and I expect like probably like should be around like 20% each. I mean like growth each year.
And what types of event Myanmar Index Creative Village, that's the name of the name of the company.
Right, MICV.
Right. Expect to organize the host.
Well, our first year I would aim for like two parts. One is the private sector, which basically will play like kind of 70-80% of the whole income. But in this category, I would divide it into two parts. One would be the private sector or multinational companies there, like those like FMCG, liquor company, those using a lot of the like event as the communication tool. And plus, second one is a Thai-based company, which obviously we see a lot there. Every time I fly there, every time I flew there, I saw like like all the Thai business guys there, all the big guys there. But then again, that would be like allow like 70-80% of the income, and then 20% we expect from government as well. But then I need to plus a little bit, since in Myanmar, as I told you, we're not going in just like normal or little direction. We will go like kind of
going in big.
In big. So we are we are aim to like own our event as well. So that will be coming up soon. But the countdown would be the first one that we can announce at the moment.
Okay. Well, apart from the countdown, what can we expect more throughout the year?
We'll do like some kind of festive event next year. I'll keep you posted, and also we will do some kind of a big event there. I'll update you later on. Allow me to keep that as a confidential a little bit.
Okay.